Hi, this is Nick from Elite Outdoor Fitness. This video is about posterior chain activation, okay? For the most part, in everything that you do, you are driven by force, okay? You want elasticity in your body, and that comes in a number of different ways. And the main driving factor when you're pushing off when you're doing sprints, or when you're pushing off when you're doing like 400s or 600 or 800s, or you're trying to move your body uphill with or without weight on a trail run or whatever, you need the activation of your muscles and your tendons based on how elastic and I would say tight that they are. And although that kind of goes against each other a little bit, normally when you've got a tightness, you're close to injury. It's kind of not the same when you're doing posterior chain strength and conditioning work. You need that elasticity to drive forward. When you do posterior chain work correctly, you will have the elasticity in your body and your muscles and your tendons and ligaments that will then allow you to drive forward. It gives you the mobility that you need. It brings your shoulders back, it puts you in line, and you drive from the muscle groups that allow you to drive correctly, rather than being front dominant, front loading. Everything comes from the rear. And for the most part, within Elite Outdoor Fitness, we've always encouraged a 60-40 split. But if you've neglected your posterior chain with hinge movements, with deadlifts, with squats, with face pulls, with rear delt movements, with upper, middle, and lower back exercises, glute exercises, hamstrings, soleus, calves, those types of exercises, then maybe you should look at starting doing like a 90-10 split, just touching on the chest and the abs and your quads just slightly for the first 2 or 3 months. Then 90% of your work is posterior chain, and you can hit that 3 times a week. It doesn't need to be heavy. It's high reps. Look at my other videos. But this is where you need to generate the drive. For the most part, everybody gets this wrong, including me. You end up working hard, you're increasing your mileage, and it's very difficult to then wind back and start doing posterior chain. But at the beginning phases, especially this time of year, October, November, December, when you're starting to kind of push forward for January, February, March, and then events in the summer and the spring, it's a great opportunity to invest 2 or 3 months in posterior training. Any more information, then please give us a shout at Elite Outdoor Fitness.